But I'll get this together. Typically, like it's $150 to install toilet.
Okay.
And then my hourly rate is $85 an hour.
Okay.
So then to plumb the other two, probably 2 hours.
Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck.
In this case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
What's happening, people? What's happening? Happy Thanksgiving. Who's up in here today? What's going on with it? We've got a good show with you. Wifey's in here.
Yo.
It absolutely is excellent, and it is to be growing. And I got to edit it and continue to add to it. But what's up with you, Debs? What's up, Andrea? Good to see you. C41B is in here. What's happening with it? Happy Thanksgiving to you all. What's up, Victor? What's up, Sprite? Shout out to all my members. Shout out to my people. What's going on with it? Happy Thanksgiving. You know, it's crazy, man. I was looking around the YouTube streets yesterday, and man, people are going live all day and stuff. I don't understand it. You know, it's crazy. It's Thanksgiving. You're supposed to spend some time with family, friends. Sometimes people don't have that. It is what it is. Whoa. Maybe you don't have it. Treat yourself, you know, talk about what you're grateful for, but it is what it is. But, you know, one thing I did notice, though, is there's a lot of shenanigans going on the YouTube streets and a lot of misinfo and a lot of assholes saying a lot of different things. So I had to get on here as early as I could and call it out. You know, we had a good dinner. We went to Noel's parents and we put down the phones for the most part at the dinner table, did our thing. But, you know, at some point I picked it up and was scrolling. I was like, damn, there's a lot of people going live and there's all these, you know, all these assholes. And I saw a lot of stuff and it's been kind of comical, not comical, but if you have you know, a couple of brain cells and you pay attention to these cases, I've been seeing some of the assholes in the Summer Wells community just get all excited and just with all the lies as of lately. And, all you can do is kind of laugh it out, call it out, or laugh it off. You know, yes, it's gross. Yes, it's disgusting. But just a couple things stood out to me. I saw Chris McDonough absolutely tell massive lies on TV on the same show where SF called Not Bright Media a fake intelligence agency. But Chris McDonough does what he's been doing for the whole time in the case, and he told a massive couple of lies on that show. So we're going to review that. I saw Ziggy backpedaling like a motherfucker as she was preparing to go to Paul Hill's house or whatever suspect. I saw even like private investigators telling lies. But, you know, I want to review it all with you guys today on this Thanksgiving little episode. I heard, what does this say? I heard Summer has some updates. There's been, you know, some TBI following up on leads. The media's covered it, but really, that's about it. You know, it can get a little bit deeper than that. And I made a video this week about Ziggy, you know, how she possibly married a suspect. Now, Fred Hill's going to be a topic tonight because, we'll get there in a second. But I will show you some stuff tonight. I got the share screen on. We'll do it. Hopefully, some more people come on in here. Drop the link. We're live on all platforms, so that's what it is. But it's been a while since we discussed Smiley Stories World over here on the channel. And it's been a while since I put the eyebrows on to show her how to do eyebrows correctly. And I'll probably gonna put them on here momentarily because what I have seen with this one is all but kind of comical. Oh, that I transferred over. I think I did. Yeah. So this is coming at you via Beautiful Sunflower over there on the Twitters. Also has a YouTube channel. Yeah, this one caught my eye real fast. We know Prayer Garden to do this stuff, but look at this. What in the heck are you doing, Smiley? Stop using AI in missing children cases. This is not Summer's pick in 2021. Stop it. Leave the missing kids alone. Now, what the heck is this on the left here, peeps? This doesn't even look. Some people don't agree with the AI generated pictures whatsoever. But look at this. This is what Smiley has decided to put out as what Summer's looking like on the left here. Trying to see if you guys can see it big enough or not. Trying to fix that for you. Give me 1 second. But this is a what was she thinking when she did this one? What was she thinking, Smiley? Here we go. Here it is, I think. Oh, the way that she posted it, I don't know. I can make it any bigger. But on the left, that is absolutely not Smiley. Now, what's also in this post I thought was good was she included when Smiley Stories World decided to call everybody trolls. Uh-oh. Here's Smiley just contradicting herself as she makes these AI photos herself. Almost Prayer Garden status, but not quite. But if we can recall, here's Smiley saying, oh, this is the, somebody says, why did you use AI for her photo? Literally so counterproductive to do for a missing child. Someone who never seen anything about this case will think that's what she looks like. She deserves way better. And Smiley says, just an FYI, I'm not here addressing the trolls today. But FYI, I never use AI. LOL. I don't know how. I got her flyer up, so I got it all over the board and stuff. Well, you are addressing the quote-unquote troll by just commenting to her, you moron. But more than that, Smiley Stories World can never get anything, right ever, people. And it's been a while. And I think today what we'll have to do is, Noel, grab my makeup bag, goddammit. Grab my makeup bag. It's time to show her how to do the eyebrows correctly, people, because it's been a long time since we've done that. And on Thanksgiving, I feel grateful. I feel like I could do that for Smiley. So we'll show Smiley how to do correct eyebrow tutorials on this Black Friday. But the AI slop and massive nonsense, say hello to the people on YouTube, is out of control. Smiley is just a complete dirtbag. Look, I'm for people if they can create good AI photos that resemble or kind of like piggyback off what the feds or TVI puts out. But if you just up and make some nonsense like that, what is that? It doesn't even look like the same girl. Why am I?
1 second.
So we're having the makeup bag is what's up? I'm a queefer. Happy Thanksgiving. Wow, my comments are a little bit lagging coming in. Hi there. Hey there, Truth. I haven't caught a live in so long. Where's Truth? Truth is in here?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, what's up, Truth? See, let me go on my phone. What's up, bro? Shout out to Truth. Shout out to the Rooster Squad. There, see it's what's up, Buzzy Fuzzy? What? Oh, he came in with the 5 spot. Thank you, bro. Just coming in to show some love. Happy late Thanksgiving, bro, and to you and the lady, Rooster Squad. Appreciate you, man. came in with a donate spot and dipped out. Thank you, man. Shout out to the Rooster Squad. What's up again? Tracy Smith. I didn't see all you guys. StreamYards is lagging on my end, but no deal. I got it on the phone. So yeah, we had the show Smiley about these eyebrows. Now, Ziggy, complete moron with the backpedaling. I want to show you what this private investigator has claimed about Fred Hill, and then we're going to get to the Chris McDonough stuff. You guys know I can't stand Chris McDonough for nothing, but there's been a lot of misinformation. What's up, Natasha? Natasha is somebody who actually uses AI for the better, for the good. I've shared some of the stuff she's made in the past, but they don't make Summer look like that at all. Babe, what do you got going on?
Hold on.
So here, let's do this real fast. Noelle seems to be. Let me find out where these eyelashes are. Is this it right here? I got my own makeup bag for my parodies, people.
Yeah, I graduated to a bigger one, so he has my Gucci bag.
Hold on here. What we have?
How many men have Gucci makeup bags?
Here. Is that it?
That's no. You just don't know how to do makeup.
No, I have a problem with it.
That's because I always do it for you. All right, what are we doing?
So I'm on the
today?
comments. Just give me some slop clown eyebrows. Anything's better than Smiley. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you draw up there. It'll be about 10 times better than hers. Careful with that. What is this? What is this going on? Chat disconnected. I've never seen this.
All right.
I need my notes here. Really weird. Come on this side.
Okay. So much crap.
Okay, there we go. All right, drop them on there. When it's on, well, just put the goddamn eyebrows on. Come on.
Be still. A face only a mother could love. Would you like some lipstick?
So, Smiley, this is how it's done, lady. I don't know what the fuck you got going
Eyeshadow.
on. No, hells no. This is how you got to do it, Smiley. I don't know what you got going on with what you do when you get ready to go. This took me all of 2 minutes to do. My panties match the bra, and I just get it out. I just get it out there, and I'm out the door. Whatever you got going on is just nobody knows what it is. It's not a missing child brow; it's a missing eyebrow. Nobody knows what's happening with what you have going on, and they never look correct. Sometimes there's a half of one, a whole one. And who are you to make AI photos about anybody? So this is going to be the tutorial for Smiley people, if you're coming in hot. But no, Ziggy did a short yesterday, which was also comical. Can't put the hat on with these eyebrows. We can rock it like this. But I guess we'll get there in a second. What's up, Steven? What's happening, bro? Damn, why are these comments on this damn StreamYard is really getting on my nerves here with this. Let me show you what this PI. So this guy here, guys, is really weird. This guy, Jason Jensen. Let me show you what he said, right? I got to stop and look at my phone on these comments because it's really wigging me out. It's totally different between when I look at my phone in the comment section and StreamYard's on the computer. I guess before we get there, I'm missing out on some stuff. So before a few weeks ago, I had covered the Reverend and Grifter psychic Donna Serafina, okay? If you guys can recall. There we go. All right. So what you see on the screen right here is after I made the live and then the video on Donna Serafina, I ended up going on my Facebook and joining about 67 psychic groups and probably somewhere around 300 witchcraft and witch groups. Not that I want to know anything about that stuff, but of course, I was sharing my videos on Donna Serafina in all these witch groups just to get her name out there and associated better attached to it. And when I checked my Facebook, this is what the alerts look like for the last couple of weeks. So it was probably, I was stating it the correct way, but I don't know how good of it did. But as I'm on the old Facebook, I couldn't help to come across this, right? True story with the groups. Just go on there and type in any witch group, and you'll see Donna Serafina there with a white boy. But this kind of struck me the wrong way. How do you guys feel about this? It looks like it's Fred Hill, but it looks like Fred Hill Volume 1 or Fred Hill version 1. It's Fred Hill without it's Fred Hill version 1. He doesn't have the party in the back and fuckboy in the front on this picture. He has it looks like version 1 redneck. It looks like model 1, right? This is light mode redneck, right? Light mode hillbilly. But I couldn't help to notice this, what the old self-proclaimed PI said. Many people keep saying that this is the PI in the case of Summer Wells. This is incorrect information. No, it's not. Summer Wells update, he says, I just spoke with Fred Hill. We had a great conversation. Seems like a very nice guy. Apparently, he has nothing to do with the recent search last week. He was just as surprised about it as the rest of us. Bear in mind that the property searched is vast with a lot of public access points. Just because we know whose property it belonged to does not mean they have anything to do with the reason there was a search conducted. Okay, can't really say he's going out too much on left field there. But until you get into the comments, where on comment 1, it says Fred Hill has been ruled to be cleared in the disappearance of Summer Wells. Now, that's kind of weird. Hillbilly, version 1 of hillbilly ideologies. Law enforcement has not said anybody to be cleared. With anybody in Sue tell us that somehow, some way, she's been cleared from the TBI. We all know that to be a complete pile of shit. But here you have what's that about? How did we get to Trump? It's just very strange. I don't know how we got the Trump. Oh, I guess he must be a Trump guy. Somehow we got the Trump. There we go. Back to the version 1 of full-on redneck hillbilly version 1, mulletless. We have not heard anybody to be not cleared. I don't know what this guy is smoking, but it's weird. So apparently he's got to do an interview with Fred Hill. That ought to be interesting. I'd rather eat a bucket of nails than listen to Fred Hill talk or try to put together a sentence. Holy shit, people. Holy shit. But, that's coming out soon. The self-proclaimed PI. How you heard about this, though? Just giving it. I made it. What's a queefer? Hey there. I haven't caught live. Yeah, you haven't been here a while, Queef. I'm doing all right, Steven. How are you, bro? How you feeling? You doing better? Little Dev, Debbie Nelson, Lori Fax. What's up, Lori Fax? Tracy Smith. What's up, Diamond Creations? Lurkin Brave. Matt is my servant first. Thank you, Queefy. I appreciate that. Lone Star, what's happening? Okay, this is doing much better. I have to look down the comments. But yeah, guys, this is out of control with this. I don't know anybody to be cleared, right? Listen, let's keep it real. Don and Candace, not cleared. Fred Hill, not cleared. Jody Sue, not nobody implicated in any which way are nobody's cleared. And you know, just for the record, back when Jody Sue tried to do this ridiculous stunt, like when do you guys can you guys ever recall like the feds or a major law enforcement officer saying, "Hey guys, guess what? Guess what, guys? Matt, he's been cleared. Guys, he's been cleared. Cross him off the list, guys. Matt, he's been cleared." They don't work like that. They don't work like that. It's just not how it goes, right? As bad as people want answers, it doesn't even happen like that. But this PI, it'll be interesting to see what the hell happens with this Fred Hill interview. You know, now Ziggy also has been hard at it on this Thanksgiving Day. Is that going to let me do that? Beautiful. And I'll show you how. She did this, which I thought also was very comical. I don't know why I thought this was so funny, but it was to me. I got to find it. What is this? Is this it? All right, before we get to while we get to Zigster, let me go over here and jump over here real fast. Just a quick pause. Damn, I didn't come through. So I did not watch her live with apparently she went to the Fred's Hills. Yeah, apparently. But I did watch this shit here, this ridiculous backpedal. And one could only think like the absolute comment destruction that she's been getting lately as of this search and stuff with Fred's people. Is this it right here? Oh, she did two of them.
Tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter.
So she's getting ready to go to Thanksgiving, guys. And she decides as she's getting ready, I think I should, clarify the Paul Hill stuff, right? Which only makes it like that much worse if we're being real. And let me just share this with you guys. We go watch it together.
Hey guys, so I just want to do this quick video about this.
I didn't realize she did this more than once. So she made another short, okay, other than what I wanted to share with you guys. So we'll watch this together. But the first one she did was this here, right? Oh, come on. Dirt. Here goes the first one she did. This is yesterday morning-ish, I guess. And I just thought this would be kind of awkward. You have Jensen coming out with his interview piece, right? Watch this.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to do this quick video about this Andy Paul and Randy Paul situation.
Can't do anything better with the short.
There are two, okay? The Andy Paul is that Don let stay on his property and was staying there and that. His last name, which is Morgan, okay, which I said I put on a live. Now, this Randy Paul Hill is a different person. That is Fred's cousin, who he hasn't seen since 2002 and wouldn't be able to recognize him now if like he saw him in public. The
don't know why it's lagging like that, but hold on. Hopefully you could hear it. Let me go back to it. I stopped it for a second.
Randy, or the Andy that was living on Don's property is Andy Paul Morgan. And we're not even sure about this Randy that's been mentioned in the tree trimming. Like it is interesting, this stuff coming out, but we didn't know that he was in the tree business. This Randy Hill, that's Fred's cousin. He thought it was Frankie's business, so that's what's confusing. But with Paul, their father being in the tree business, but Fred's not close to them. And Andy, completely different situation. There's no, I don't understand like why, what this is just another case of somebody having similar names, another person in the area, same names, going by middle names, going by nicknames. It's just, so I don't know what questions need to be answered, but Fred's messenger is always open.
All right, so I'm trying to get the goddamn comments on the screen. Here we go. Why isn't it going? What's up, Rachel? What's happening? She is going back and forth. There we go. Very weird. Okay. So she made this other one too. Let's play it. I don't know what this one's about, right? It's very weird with her. It took her long enough to even get into that, right? But I guess what? I don't know what that was, but some okay, here's a new one she makes. I'm just gonna play it because it takes
Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There's no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan. And the Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter.
So I don't know what the truth is, but just the fact that she is going out of her way to double down on two different shorts to explain this type of stuff is something to think about, right? It's something to think about. I'm sure people are going to be tearing it up on the Truth Finder stuff and all those name things. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to give Smiley, a little bit of awareness on how to do the eyebrows correctly. But yeah, it's just weird, interesting. It's just stuff that I'm watching, right? Like why all this explanation about this? And who knows? Somebody will do the digging and stuff and be able to find it. So all we can do is wait till the info comes out. I just think it's interesting that she did that in itself. Shay, what's happening with it? I'm trying to share your thing for the people here, but I don't know if it's going to let me. Let me go jump load. I don't know what you sent that to me on, but it's giving me here. When I go to the other one, it does this nonsense. So I don't know what's happening with it. It was good though, but okay. I don't know. Try to send it to me a different way, I guess. I don't know what, but just so you can see it on your end. All right, guys. So that's kind of funny. I really want to show you guys that, but some other stuff, the witch groups, we did the PI. All right, let me jump down here. To this asshole. Holy shit, this asshole. Where's he at? I can't stand this guy. Where's he at? Let's just go over here. So Justice for Nobody. he has some information regarding Summer Wells, update on the case. But the thing is, you'll have to, become a member to get the information. Look at this asshole right here. Well, let me go on her stuff. She's got a lot of updates. Look at this asshole right here. Okay, Justice for All has, okay, this is Benny Keys and him. Well, here it is right here. So the video says the connection 2.0. It's got Donna Candace on the thumbnail, lead in the new Summer Wells. You got to become, for $6.99, you can view that one. He puts the new tip behind the paywall. Can't stand some of these people. This is on Thanksgiving, people. I'm grateful that I cannot stand these assholes. I'm grateful that I hurt their feelings. That's for sure what I'm grateful about on this Thanksgiving. It's out of control, though, people. Out of control.
Underage daughter at the time.
And I want to play that live. I made I posted on my community, and I shared it because I made a short out of it with SF, how he called the Not Bright Media, how he clowned them. I thought that was comical, but I wanted this. I got the timestamps and everything, so I won't kill you guys with too much of a review or too long or whatever. But I do want to play it because this guy, Chris McDonough, man, I can't stand this dude. I really can't, right? And here's the live if you haven't seen it. There's actually a really good live. It was done on Court TV with old Vinny. Let me get to my notes real fast and then my comments. All right, so I'll drop this in the comments as well. I put it on my community wall, but this is kind of the sad right here, right? He's reviewing these 4 cases. Sebastian Rogers and Summer were also brought up. I just want you guys to listen to the timeline they put together. This is kind of the sad. As I'm listening to this with Noel in real time, I just thought this part was sad, right? Listen to their timeline they put together.
Teenagers live stream updates pushing the story beyond the town limits. Podcasters pick it up within hours. Analyze forgotten. All hour we've been taking a look at missing children, and we continue that with the next child. Let's bring back in Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas. Let's talk about one that touched the hearts of a lot of people years ago.
Just 5 years old, up in Tennessee, outside helping her mom and grandma in the garden, helping them plant flowers. Grandma came in, Summer was nowhere to be found, which
is it freezing? I'm reading the comments now. Let me jump off this is it freezing, guys? Hit the 1. Is that what's happening here? His granny, I can't laugh. And where's his monkey? Let me jump off. I don't know, my internet is really pissing me off. See, I told you how bad it is, babe. Now you get to witness it a couple times.
Plus the weather. It's pretty serious today.
No, it's horrendous. It never used to be like this.
There's a
I'm
watching it at the same time as them, and I don't see anything happening.
Well, you can hear me, so it's different. I'm trying to, let me jump over. Can I jump on yours? Mine doesn't show up like that.
The whole time. So as soon as I walk away, you're gonna end up having an issue. You can do your own.
Yeah, but
you have unlimited too.
I know, but I can't jump on it when Look.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna be walking away.
Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to do something real fast to make the right here. To kill that real fast. I'm trying to do it. Here. Should be. Shit. My bad, guys. I had to swap the internet real fast, but we got it. All right. That's kind of hard to do in stream. I don't know how good it is to do during like a stream, but we do it all the time. Anyway, back in, guys. Back in. All right. So back. I got to reshare this, don't I? So let me share this again. I just thought this was kind of like weird to hear this. We all pay attention to this case. We know about it, but listen to like them talk about the timeline. Just listen to this, right? Amongst other things from this asshole, Chris McDonough. He's not on yet, but watch Court TV break down the timeline, if you will, right?
Just scary to even think about something like that. But Vinny, we've constructed a timeline from 15th to 1st. She was reporting, so we can walk through that timeline now. June 15th, Summer Wells reported missing around 6:30 p.m. Last seen outside in 2020. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation looks for a red Toyota pickup 26-2021. A month later, Summer's brothers are removed from the home by the Department of Children's Services. October 31st, 2021, driving under the influence. February 4th, 2022, Summer's 6th birthday. February 4th, 2023, Summer's 7th birthday.
Like if you're watching this, right? And I'll drop the link in the chat. Like actual facts in the case of this timeline, they don't have too much to say because unfortunately that's how this case is. But a lot of the timeline is Summer's birthday, Summer's other birthday, Don going to jail. TBI releases some pictures they made. It's wild to think like, but that's what it is, people. You know what I mean?
June 14th, 2023, the TBI releases these age-progressed photos of Summer Wells, what she would look like at the current time. February 4th, 2024, Summer's 8th birthday, and June 14th, 2024, the TBI releases a video update in Summer Wells' case. But Vinny, to no avail, there is still no sign of this baby girl, of her remains, or anywhere of her whereabouts.
All right, so what I want to do now is bring it to Well, first, since I got Smiley's eyebrows on, if you're just jumping in or whatever, here's why we have Smiley's eyebrows on.
In our investigation about this young girl, where is Summer?
Police are still very, very much so involved in the search, involved in the investigation to figure out where she may be.
All right. Thanks so much, Cody. Brings us to the next question in our investigation about this young girl. Where is Summer Wells? Let's bring in our guest here to help answer the question. You know who.
Police are still very, very much. Well, Vinny, police say they are still fervently following leads. This investigation, this search is still ongoing, really as recent as a few weeks ago. And Vinny, we also have pictures. I mentioned those age-progressed pictures released by the TBI. This is what they created here. Of course, that's a real picture of some.
Yeah, these are the ones. This is what you need to share, not that crap Smiley's doing. She can't even put her goddamn eyebrows on, right? All right, guys. But what I want to do is forward to the CM stuff. This is really weird. Look, I talk a lot about this guy. Like I don't like him and what he's done. You know, when he was questioning those siblings in another case in California and all that. You guys know Web Sleuth just came on the panel when I had Don on once, and she's apologized to Don himself for believing Chris McDonough's narrative. I have that clip. If you haven't seen the live, I have a video made about that. But I don't, Chris McDonough's done a lot of damage in this case, in my opinion. But and because he can sell shit really good, right? Now here you're gonna listen to him. This comes off his tongue so easy like butter, right? Listen to this. I'm gonna jump to 29 minutes on this thing. Now listen to this crap. This was on I think last night or so. Let's find him real fast.
Who walked through that house, spent a lot of time on the story. He's also the host of The Interview Room with Chris McDonough. Been investigating this case for years. And also joining us, Pascal, the host of the Pascal Show, has also been following this story as well. All right, Chris, I'll begin with you. What are your thoughts about where is Summer Wells?
You know, Vinny, that is the million-dollar question, right? However, statistically, if we go by what we call the victim risk continuum, everything points towards a very low-risk victim here, meaning the last time she was seen was by her mother being escorted into the house. And then, of course, she just vanishes. And it was interesting when I did go into that house and you see it there, that is not necessarily, they call it a bedroom, but I got to be honest with you, Vinny, that's a dungeon. And I had a really hard time believing that a 5-year-old little girl just arbitrarily would go down there to play. And the most interesting thing that jumped out at me almost immediately is Mom has told various different stories. One, that the door was locked. Both the parents have said that. And then in this particular video, she made it a point to point out to me that the door was open.
All right, real quick. The dungeon stuff. Listen, I've been in.
Never seen it before it was redone.
I've been in that room. As far as like physical size, how many siblings are sharing the room? Look, I think physical size, it's.
That's not what you mean, but you don't know what it looked like before they redid it.
Yeah, and I wasn't there before they redid it,
you really
right?
can't
So,
comment on that, but it's not a dungeon.
I would say this, right? I don't know how that bedroom looked before it was redone, but what I can say is this: I think it's a little bit smaller than a standard bedroom for any kid, right? I mean, spec wise, if you were to put it up now, should 3 kids be sharing that one room? No, absolutely not, right? I don't know, man. It's everybody's forte, whatever your thing is, right? But what I am gonna say though is he is right about Candace and changing stories. Like Candace, what's weird about this is Candace, she does switch it up, and it's almost for her not to sound or look bad. Like if you've been watching this channel for a long time, right? You guys know that Don can put down the internet for a while. He doesn't like he won't come on YouTube, but Candace is like it's a different story with her, right? It's a different story. You know, she does watch it. She is very much involved in it, and she does care what people are saying. This would bring you exactly why I am in a where it is with the Wells and myself right now, because I questioned some stuff that happened between Candace and Dee Dee. I still am. I'm awaiting an autopsy report. But my point is, like, Don can block it out. Don can say, I don't need the internet. I could put it down. Candace does, and she, I think, forever will, right? And that is why I believe she changed a lot of her stories up, and she gets caught in these lies, and she doesn't realize it or think it doesn't. I don't know what she thinks, but it doesn't make her look good at the end of the day. You know, absolutely. This is my opinion on what I think it is, and I'm pretty sure I'm right there. What's up, written in the stars? However, he hasn't did the lie yet. Let's keep going.
Which gave now an opportunity for various types of scenarios.
Yeah. Pascal, your thoughts on this story, which is baffling, right? It seems like this is one that should have been solved at some point, but it hasn't. It's still lingering.
So Pascal keeps it real. He's more or less basically like, look, man, there's a lot of conspiracies, a lot of misinformation. We need to get back to the facts and see what police will say, right? It's comical because that's how Pascal is. Anybody who watched him cover Sebastian's case, that's what he was too. Although he kind of did veer towards Chris and Katie at some point, but it's weird to have Pascal, cool, calm, and collective up here with CM, who's definitely has a narrative, right? But let me continue playing this.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Let's get the video. Oh.
Yeah, this is a very interesting case. I mean, obviously, we are just seeing, honestly, nothing except for just theories, possibilities, but it just bothers me, like what just Chris just said a second ago, how easily someone could run out through the back, go through that door in the basement or through that house or through the bedroom and easily have access to her or anybody else that may have been in that basement. So yeah, there's just so many questions that haven't been answered. And honestly, the more questions we got, the more speculations get out here. It'd be nice to hear something from local law enforcement so we can get some idea of where they're getting to, you know, if they're even getting closer to bringing her home and not a whole lot of facts, especially.
I've been trying to get hold of them, and she told me that.
Are they keeping a much lower profile than they did initially? Because I know you spent
more conspiracies out there, more and more rumors, more and more speculations, and not a whole lot of facts, especially when we don't have enough out here. Obviously, we all want to know where she is, but it'd be nice to get a few more, just a little bit more information from local PD, just some more facts.
And Chris, how about the family these days? Are they keeping a much lower profile than they did initially? Because I know you spent time there. You spoke with everyone.
Yeah, no, in fact, I talked to the family today, Don's sister, actually, and she told me that Don and Candace have both gone underground, that they've even been trying to get hold of him. TBI's even been trying to get hold of him, and she told me that that's been a difficult task. So why that's occurring, I don't have that answer.
This is why I can't stand this dude, and a lot of people, I don't know why they believe this guy, but that's absolute bullshit. So what he's doing is he's basically saying that he's been in contact with Mary, which I don't know. He may or may not have been in contact with her, but he's trying to say that Mary has talks to Don and them, right? And he can report that Mary has told him that because she's talked to Don and Candace that they're underground, and this is all bullshit. Here, there's too many lies right here, people. Here's what I could absolutely tell you. And anybody knows this channel knows this is true, right? First off, Don nor Candace speak to Mary. They all of them, right? All of them do not get along, right? All of them do not get along. But this is all narrative, people. So they don't even speak for one. This is all narrative, right? How is the TBI trying to get a hold of Don and Candace and they're not responding when we know of the TBI literally about a month or two ago, whenever it was, somebody correct me in the comments, the TBI literally just reached out to them and said, hey, we got another lead. Can we come search by the mailbox area? Who remembers that? There was no like TBI having to hunt them down or all. This is all narrative by Chris McDonough. And I'm not, this is not me like pro Don and Ken. This is not me pro them or anti them. What is very frustrating about the Summer Wells case is everybody has to pick a side with that alone, right? You either have to hate them or support them or whatever, right? The problem is nobody is really saying, hey, man, this is not truthful, right? Or this is a fact. That's what people need to be on, right? That's what people need to be on. But people really have distaste for them, which is fine. You can do that. But what you can't do is say that they're dodging TBI when we just saw that that wasn't the case, right? Come on, man. This guy's a joke, right? And then he throws another one out here. Let me play it for you. See if you guys caught this yourself.
But you know, the fact that if this was a stranger abduction, Vinny, you know, and Pascal would know, obviously, is the feds would be heavily involved in this right away. The card team, which they were, but as across, you know, state thing. That's really jumped to this, and then there was an 0.8 of a mile or 9 miles away from her house, and the evidence team was there, not the card team. So that may also lean us into, you know, something else going on here. Somebody had to have access to that property.
I appreciate you, Rave Vibe Raiders Streaming Demons. Welcome to Shenanigan Squad. Thank you for becoming a member. Written in the stars and all my mods that are in here. Happy Thanksgiving to all y'all. I appreciate you guys for being in here. Happy Thanksgiving and all my members. But again, this is another bullshit lie that he just threw under there, right? He says there was a recent search, right, near the house. We all know this to be true. I was just playing, talking about Fred and Ziggy and all that. Yeah, you guys are, if you're watching this, then you already know that, right? But yeah, there's people, if you look around YouTube, there's people that have driven by and got footage of where there was search, this and that. He's claiming that the evidence team was there. So this is a tough one for me because he is an ex-law enforcement officer, but not in the state of Tennessee. So he might be able to contact, you know, he might have some contacts to be able to say something, but we have no receipts on any evidence team being there. I've never seen an evidence team. I've seen a canine team present at like raids and stuff. I've never seen like the evidence truck pull up. I've seen the bomb squad pull up. But like, I don't believe this guy for a second, right? He's not part of Tennessee law enforcement. This guy is a real sly piece of shit, man. And it's not about what he's saying or the message, or I'm not whatever his theory is, it's not what I'm have an issue with. What I have an issue is if there's nobody, there's no receipts on any evidence team being at this recent search, right? Right. He's saying that because he's lining up that something's big is going to happen. If you ever watch Chris McDonough on Court TV, every time at the end, before he's about to jump off, he lines up that something's about to crack in the case. If you don't believe me, go back and watch. Now watch as I hit play.
Basement randomly by a stranger.
All right. We're going to stay on that story. Obviously, anything develops. Pascal, thanks so much. Great to see you. Have a great Thanksgiving. Make sure you.
He's about to get off, y'all. He's about to get off. It's the same thing with this guy. It's always like there's a big thing going to happen, right? No, dude, there's no evidence team at whatever just happened. And you're a motherfucking lie. Mary does not talk to them people like that. You are a motherfucking lie. Mary don't talk to them. And TBI is not hard to get a hold of them. They're not dodging TBI. Come on, dude. Keep it real, right? Just keep the factual information out. That's all I'm saying. People get confused. I'm not in good standing or I'm not cool with Don and Candace. Just so people are clear who watch the rewind on this live. It's not what I'm doing here. What we got to do is keep the correct information out, man, because this guy by himself has caused so many weird hypersexual, all types of weird narratives. And that's why people like Smiley, Ziggy believes this dude, and with the Donna lady and all this, it's this weird shit that happens. These people don't do research. They listen to other information out there and just, double down on what was said. And that's all that's been happening for years. If you haven't known, it's gross and it should be called out. I was really hoping SF was going to be on this segment of the live because SF doesn't really know the Summer Wells case that well, but or he hasn't searched, I should say. I don't know how much information he knows, but I would like it for SF to call it out if it was said and he know it to be false. Because on the same live, he calls Not Bright Media a fake intelligence agency, which was so comical when talking about the Sebastian Rogers case, which is later done in the live. It's wild though. It's wild. Sweetie Pie paid for that Thanksgiving spread. What do you mean? Oh, on Ziggy's? Debbie, this is the only reason why I'm still supporting White Boy. What's up, Natasha? I might show some of your AI stuff. I'm not sure. I want to see if I can go in if these comments are going to be nice to me now. Let's see. It's easier looking at them on my phone. These comments. Yeah, here we go. I didn't follow the summer case at all. Well, Vibrators 420. If you didn't follow it on YouTube, no biggie. You missed a lot of misinformation. Is an evidence team the same as a forensic team? That's what I'm saying, Andrea. That's what I'm saying. Have you guys ever seen an evidence team? Like, I know I'm not, no matter if you follow cases and that's what you do, true crime. But I'm talking about like you're coming home from work, from family, from wherever, and you see, that one neighbor, or the people in the neighborhood who are up to no good, and finally the cops are over there raiding that house, right? You knew it was coming. You knew something was fishy, right? You see the canine cop. You see the canine team over there, right? We know them, right? I know the bomb squad team. I know there's that, right? Right? I've never seen, not in a movie, not on one of those examples, never have I seen the evidence team pull up. What the hell are you even talking about? What? I've never seen. This guy is real cool, calm, and collective. He's real slick. It's amazing that all around YouTube, nobody is stopping and pointing this out. Like, people take him as, when it comes to Summer Wells case, they take him almost as like Jesus Christ. Like, he's biblical. Like, what he says is sermon. What he says is the word. How dare you, right? How dare you stop and listen with your own lying ears? How dare you listen to the words coming out of his mouth and kind of think about it and kind of put a little bit of logic and common sense behind it and be like, wait a minute, you're not being truthful. And that's exactly, and I guarantee you.
That's all the way up and running unless you can do it to your phone. I have, my phone's about to die, so I have to upload it in. And plus I'm going to be,
I really should go back Hold on, I switched internets real fast. Okay, that was faster than I thought it was going to be. Because this guy is a massive liar, you know, and I'm not arguing with nobody in the comments anymore that praise this guy. I'm just going to drop you a link of either the movie that he's in, where he's, where he interrogated 2 children, right? They were siblings, right? He tried to force the brother to confess to a murder that he did not commit on his sister, and he did not do it, right? And the whole police department ended up getting sued. They made a movie out of it. So I'm just going to drop links to this information, maybe a link to the lawsuit with his name involved in it, because he came on YouTube and doubled down and said that never happened. Well, they made a movie behind it. Well, you're in the paperwork. So, I mean, this guy's a piece of shit, right? He did that on the streets. He did that when he was actually a detective. How good of a advocate is he? Come on, people. You can't get me with that. I'm not going for the okie doke. I'm not going for just because it's the popular thing. That's not how we roll over here on White Boy Radio. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. I'm not going for it. This guy's a scumbag. He does this all the time, people. He does it all the time. And, all you have to do is think about it, right? Yeah, Missy, you're right. Gasping for straws. Good way to put it. Can stand McDonough good. He's an asshole. He absolutely is. What's up, Game Girl? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? I'm sorry. I'm behind on my chat tonight. It's just so crazy how many fingers point everywhere and how many arrows point everywhere, and people are suspected and involved. Wild. Can't argue with that. Good point. Darius, Eileen Queen, what's going on? Yeah, man, but what's truth is truth and what's false is all I'm saying, I could care less what people's, theories are or who you think is guilty or whatever. That's fine. That's your theory. But, you could be the most anti-Don and Candace person in the world. That's fine. Absolutely no problem with that. But you can't go on online saying that, they talk to Mary all the time. This is absolutely not true. This is absolutely not true. Nor, or they're ducking TBI or they're under the ground. They don't want to talk to TBI. No, that's he's painting away, right? He said that early on, right? And then towards the end, the evidence team thing, something's going to happen. He always does that when he's on Vinny's show all the time. You can take it to the bank. If you go back to any clip on Court TV, he does this all the time. Chris McDonough, no good, no bueno. Smiley's eyebrows, no good, no bueno. She doesn't know how to do them. I don't know how or why. Man, I want to show you this thing on really bad. I don't know if I can. I'll try one more time. So we had Shay in the chat earlier, and Shay, I always play her stuff. The Vault on BHB. Damn, it's not showing. I don't know why. So she sent me something that was really funny. I don't know why. She must have sent it to me on an iPhone or something. I can't tell. But whatever it is, I'm not getting it. And I really wanted to share it with you guys. It's all good. It's not a problem. But I'll end up posting it or something like that. I don't know. It's wild though. Even on Thanksgiving, these assholes, man, they can't stop the nonsense, man. They really can't. Even on Thanksgiving, there's misinfo city. But what's happening with you guys? Who's up in here? Put them on the screen if I can. I think I might be able to now. Boom, here it is. Let me jump in the comments and see what's going on. I wanted to call it out because, man, that guy has done a lot of misinfo in this case. I never liked CM. Would like and laugh about the Wells house. Oh, how CM would. Yeah, so it's tough to say. Like, well, CM, he one thing about that guy Vinny from Court TV is he always reflects back on playing that video of CM doing that. It's tough because I've been in the Wells house, I've been in Summer's room. So I have to listen to how these people like to describe things, and I try to play like the just like the I try to just give the truth, right? And I guess, look, man, it's all people's perception and how they view stuff.
Your problem, the issue is that you forget that you were there, but you weren't there before all the remodeling was done. So what they're saying, you're like, no, that's not true. Because you saw something different. You don't know what others saw before.
So kind of, I understand what she's saying before the remodel, but I mean, you can't change. You can't change the space, the actual size of the room, and that's what I'm saying about like all the little all the little decoration and all that, housekeeping is one thing, but the actual size of the room, personally, I don't think it's a dungeon. But wait a minute, hold my thought. If 3 people had to sleep in this room, I would say that's pretty tight, and that was what was happening, right? And like the well saying that they had to redo it. I do see this video on Court TV where this guy's exaggerated about going backwards down that ladder thing. So I've never seen nothing like that. However, this is what I'll say. Everybody like there's all the other houses in the holler on the street, they're built like the same. So I would imagine they have the same ladder going through the middle of the house. I don't know, right? It's wild because I just try to give the truth out and stuff. I hear like Ziggy, she has a narrative. She has she has her views and whatever towards the wells, and that's fine. But it's crazy because, like, and I'm being completely real here. Like, if I was at the Wells house and Fred Hill's house, right? Like, if I had to compare the two, I would say that the Wells house compared to Fred Hill's, that it would be a luxury 5-star mansion, right? Compared to a trailer park double wide. That's the difference between the Wells and Fred Hill's. It's night and day. But to watch Ziggy come on here and say and tell you guys how much crappy the Wells is, it's like, whoa, lady, whoa. And I'm being dead serious. I made a video this week. I tell you guys, watch the video of where I went to Fred Hill's. There's shit everywhere. It's disgusting. It's crazy, but I just try to be truthful is what I'm saying. Try to give information that is actually true. That is the problem. People just come on here, man, and exactly what we just saw. They throw this like this bullshit out there, right? Evidence teams and ducking from TBI. And I talked to Mary, and anybody who even watches YouTube should know that Mary and them don't talk like that, right? You don't need me to confirm it, right? But y'all even know that, right? It's wild. But how many people watch that clip or just that segment of the video and didn't think like that, right? Took in what he was saying as truth, right? And then watching this live and hearing me break down, wait a minute, why boy has a point. He's been doing that the whole time, man. It's gross. Very gross. But yeah, I want to see what happens with this PI guy. This PI, man. Another thing, this PI, I really honestly tried to give him a chance. Jason Jensen, I want to like him, but let me get this out of here. That's what's bothering me. I want to like Jason Jensen, but at the same time, he like has said stuff. I'm an idiot. That's what the problem was. Now I can see him perfect. He's like tries to be like the PI too much. The Wells have a private investigator, right? Noel speaks with them or has a better like relationship than I do. I've spoken to the PI. I don't bother them. It's a couple too. I don't bother them people because it's the same way. Like I try not to bother SF Investigates. Like they're doing good work, right? And if you ask the Wells or whoever, that's the only PI they have. This guy, Jason Jensen, he keeps making these posts with Summer, and he wants to become the PI. And even on YouTube, people have started calling him the new PI. And this is not factual. This is not true. And he's just got weird motives, right? I want to see where he's going with the Fred Hill thing. He also says Fred has been cleared. Nobody's been cleared, right? I'm not a PI. That's common sense, right? Y'all know this, right? Nobody's been cleared. It's crazy to watch like just a little bit of lead or an update from the TPI just go into like spread like wildfire on YouTube, and we have all these other separate lies and crazy grifts and nonsense going on behind it. It's nuts. Ziggy moved out to his house, in the house, right? Ziggy moved in the house. Ziggy moved in with Ziggy in Indiana. She wanted Fred's house. Ew. She wanted that. There was no house though. There was, right? Like so I guess the excuse, right? Let me play that video in case people haven't seen it. So I guess the excuse the Zigster tried to say about Fred Hill's house was the ex-girlfriend or the girlfriend or whatever white trash person, whoever Fred Hill was banging before he was banging Ziggy, put it like that. I guess this lady apparently trashed the house, but that's impossible. There's no way, like, unless like the ex-girlfriend literally, and I'm not exaggerating here, unless she decided to go to the dumpster, the landfill, and borrow 2 garbage trucks and drive them back and dump shit in the yard. Unless she did that, I'm not buying that that she did all this, because that's exactly what it looks like, people. I'm keeping it as real as I can. It looks like complete shit. Here we go. Let me see if I can find it. God damn it. Where's it at? Oh, right here. Let me try to find it for you guys. It's a short, which sucks because when I show you guys the shorts, I can't present them that well on the way on this computer, but let me just at least try to show you so you can get and this is all old stuff, y'all. This is a long time ago this happened, but where is this at? I'm trying to find the video. Here it is right here. Bam. Okay, here we go.
For exactly a 1 minute and 10 seconds away from 110 Ben Hill Road would be Fred Hill's resident. Look how shitty this thing is. Let's have a look, shall we? Rumor has it Laura, whatever that lady is that's been on Ziggy's shit, destroyed this place.
There it is. I remembered it back then a little bit better. Yeah. So let me show you this absolute straight garbage site. I found it, as you could hear. Let me show you this, guys. And keep in mind, after I did this, right, people got so butthurt that I did this that they were trying to get me arrested for trespassing, which is comical in itself, because here you have true crime creators claiming they're going to get me arrested for trespassing, which would be a misdemeanor charge. And I don't even reside in Tennessee. I reside in Florida, right? And if you had any common sense of the law, Tennessee would not extradite me for trespassing. So it just kept getting better and better for like my stance on it. I was, it kind of sucks, guys. This is all I can show you. All right. I can't really do too much. Let me try to do something else on this. How's that look? Is that better? That's better. Can you guys hear this? Put a 1 if you can, 2 if you can't. I'm just putting play now. It's so nothing. You can't hear it. No. Nothing. You can't hear it. Did you ask Don what he called Fred recently? And back. What's up, Lippy? Give me a second. I'll replay it. Great work over there, man. On Donna. I tell you what, you did really good work. Hopefully, you're still in here. You can hear me say that. I'm gonna drop this short, and the reason you guys can't see this that great, man, is because it's a short, and it's just weird how I have to present it on share screen for some odd reason. But I'll play all this again. Let's do this again. Hold on. So yeah, I haven't asked him about Fred. No. To answer your question, Rachel. Okay.
1 minute and 10 seconds away from 110 Ben Hill Road would be
I should be able to hear it now.
Fred Hill's resident. Look how shitty this thing is. Rumor has it, Laura.
All right, so here, let me explain what's happening on this video, okay? This was years ago. I literally walked from Ben Hill over here. It's like, I think I said it took 1 minute, right? I'm actually going to replay it from the beginning. And I don't zoom in or anything, but when I'm holding the phone up towards the house area, look at it, right? You're going to see I show like scattered trash and shit, but you have to understand, man, this is a beautiful piece of property in East Tennessee. This property has like creeks going through it. It's on the back end of a mountain. Like you couldn't ask for like a more peaceful, beautiful piece of earth, right? And it looks like a shit, literally like a fucking landfill. You know what I'm saying? Like I debated about buying a piece of land, excuse me. You know, the Wells have like acres out there. You know, you go to where we are talking about these people where they all reside. It's a beautiful piece of the United States of America. You know, if I could do it, I would, you know, and it's almost affordable. I couldn't believe when I was told how much mountain property is worth. It's wild, right? Because I'm from sunny South Florida, where the property here is more valued if you have, you know, waterfront property or something like that, right? Waterfront property, right? Because when you go out there and look at the water, the beach, the lake, whatever, it's peaceful. It gives you that hoorah down, you know? And I get a similar feeling when I'm looking at the mountains and I do the water. Not the same, but it's a similar type of thing, right? But I guess that's not how it works, right? I guess mountain is just not I don't know. People don't want it, right? I guess there's a pros and cons. It's a pain in the ass to drive up that thing and wear and tear on your vehicle and all that. I don't know. I don't make up the rules. It was just my thinking, right? But let me play this now.
1 minute and 10 seconds away from 110 Ben Hill Road would be Fred Hill's resident. Look how shitty this thing is. Let's have a look. Rumor has it, Laura, whatever that lady is, that's been on Ziggy's shit.
versus your job.
Destroy this place. Look at that. Dustin. That's it, people.
Give me a second.
Look at this. Look at this shit.
All right. Because I'm walking. Can I make this bigger? Because I'm walking and I'm not really zoomed in, you can't really see that well, right? But that's actually a good picture right there. Somebody remember 1 minute and 3 seconds. Let me just skim through this real fast and show you the shit that I'm talking about. I'll play it again too, but yeah, let's 1 minute and 3 seconds, right? What was that at? Okay, look at this shit, right? Can you see that? There's shit everywhere. So that's like around the whole thing, right? And all around there's shit everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy as hell to me that people would let this property just like who does that? Like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't do that.
Look at that shit in there. So this is where a lot of people bought meth. There is shit everywhere.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back there.
Everywhere.
So that's a good point. So look at this right here. Look.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay, right there. 107. Okay.
There is shit everywhere.
Bam. Perfect. So what you're looking at, can you guys see my mouse? Let me go back over here. You see this right here. Okay. Right here, this little trail right here. This trail is going up a mountain, up here past all these trees. So you're going up a mountain. So this is what I'm saying. It's on the back end of a mountain, right? But there's shit everywhere, right? This is where,
everywhere. Anyhow, like I said, a minute and 1 minute, 10 seconds.
Look at that. The whole roof. It's just like the most white trash. Like it's disgusting, people. Like it's I don't even know how anybody could like live in there. So the whole narrative of whoever the hell Laura is or the mad ex-girlfriend went over there and like, there's no way. Laura didn't go rent 2 garbage trucks and just dump all the shit everywhere. Laura didn't do that. I'm not going for it. Like I'm just not going for the popular opinion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I saw it with my own eyes, and they're not lying. Right? It's crazy, man. Like, look at this shit. A ladder, a flag, a shopping cart. Where the hell did the shopping cart come from? What the fuck? The nearest store is 50 miles away. Where'd that one come from? Like, it's crazy as hell.
That's it, people. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Yeah. There's no way Laura did that. But what Laura do? Rent a backhoe? Like, people, this is not doing that much justice. I mean, I guess take your picture and zoom in is what I would suggest, right? But I'll try to explain what's happening here, because when the cameras wasn't rolling, I thought somebody was inside of here. So what we're looking at is I would say that's the side of the house, or maybe that is the what's that called when you pull in, and some people have like a a tent, right? And the tent thing, and they cover the cars, right? Not a garage, not a I don't know, whatever you want to call this, right? What? So we'll pretend that this is the garage area. So you would, if it was clear from post A to post B on the wooden posts, that's all open space, which it should be, and there wasn't all that shit in the way, right? They're supposed to at least be able to get one car through that area, right? Because the driveway is when you pull up the driveway, you'd be driving towards those posts, right? So that's the correct way that you'd park the park of the vehicle, right? Unless you didn't want it under the thing, right? Whatever. You get the point. So now, if the car is in there at 12 o'clock, to the right of the car would be the back of the house, which we just showed, which would be going, if you walked out the sliding glass door, if you will, you're going up the back of that back end of that mountain, right? So we're looking 12 o'clock is where you park the car at. 12 o'clock, or if to the right of that would be the back of the house. Now to the front of the house is where the roof is caved in, right? And now if you were to walk out to the left of this photo, to the left of this photo, but if they were to walk out that front door, that would be facing Ben Hill Road, right? So to the right would be Jody Sue and Don and Candace. To the left would be his dad. And what's crazy is the father's house looks nothing like this. Nothing like this. It's crazy. You see, like, it's wild. It's like night and day.
So this is where a lot of people bought meth. There is shit everywhere. Everywhere.
Also, side note. Let me go back there. I can paint you the picture. Okay, right here. So, 12 o'clock, car gets pulled in from driveway, right back of the house, left front of the house. Now, we're coming out the front door in the front of the house. If I turn right to go towards Don and Candace's house, this is where you're going to find that old abandoned gray Volkswagen. And to me, when I look at this, there's no way somebody cannot tell me that 3 crackheads or meth heads absolutely were leaving this guy's house that we're looking at. And the car broke down because they probably together had $1.20 between all 3 of them. And they didn't bother to put nothing in the gas tank. They're like, yeah, we're on fumes right now. That'll get us somewhere. We'll think about it when it breaks down, I guess. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So of course the car breaks down and they just leave it there. It's probably stolen or whatever else anyhow. But so there's and it's driving away from Fred Hill's house, not towards it, away from it, right? So these crackheads, meth heads, whatever it be, this car breaks down and they just fucking leave it. And it's in the middle of the road. Like, you got to drive around that fucking thing. I don't know what that means, but what it could mean is there was multiple drug users walking towards Don and Candace's house, and you'd have to put the rest together in your head with your own theory. But I mean, something I always thought about.
This is where a lot of people bought meth. There is shit everywhere. Yeah, 1 minute, 10 seconds from
I
Wells.
don't remember that, Rachel.
Funny thing is, on the way here, some meth had abandoned like a Volkswagen Rabbit. Haven't seen one of those in forever. It's gray. It's just abandoned. Here, before you get here, You see Fred Hill's father's house, which is probably 30 seconds from Hill's. So a minute and 10 seconds. Hill. And drive would be a 5-second walk. Very close to each other. Like very close to each other. Again, here's a good picture of the landscape. You see that big ass hill? Everything's hilly here. Hills. Foliage is down. Normally you couldn't see that. That's the angle I was trying to get from the roof video. Diggy shit. Diggy shit. Ollie. Look how would be Fred Hill's.
So here I'm trying to pause it, but here's the, you know, the fence gate to the driveway. Here's a little stream. There's shit all in the stream. I don't know. I can't pause in time. I guess you'd have to take it yourself.
Resident. Look how shitty this thing is. Let's have a look, shall we? Rumor has it Laura, whatever that lady is.
It's hard to. These shorts are very hard to play on stream. They when you screen share, it's different than a regular video. And look at all this shit everywhere. It's hard to pause them and kind of zoom in and shit. It's different, I guess, guys. So I'll drop the link. You can do it yourself. What I do at the end of this thing here? Hold on. I forgot.
Keep them off the internet. Don't know them, but shit everywhere. Fred Hill, give you what type of person this guy.
So look at this.
Don't know them.
Bam, perfect. Look at all the shit to the left of the house right here. This is all behind the house. I told you, like a garbage truck drove back there and just emptied the load on this property. And it's disgusting because it is a really nice piece of property. It could be, right? It could be. Whoever buys this is going to get a steal, right? Got to get a steal. You know
but shit everywhere. Fred Hill, give you what type of person.
I have no idea what got us talking on Fred Hill's shitty house, but oh yeah, it was lies. It was Ziggy saying that, you know, hers putting the wells down and this and that and saying how they lived. And I'm actually not going to debate with her. I'm not even going to argue. I'm not even going to push back against that, right? I'm not going to push back against it, right? But man, what about what we just saw? Holy shit, people. It's crazy as hell, man, but it's for real. It's an ice cold case, but I'm going to pray it's going to get solved anyway. They pumped someone else's gas from the car. Oh, you talking about the Volkswagen guys? Everyone gets a Social Security disability check once a month. Shit. I wish. Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. Yeah, very true. Missy, good point. Trash everywhere. That's comical. Fred's used stolen recycling center, cash and carry. All sales final. It is, Lippy. Now, I'll tell you, the father's house property is nice looking. You can't even, you could, and what's wild is like Pops, right? I want you guys to think about this, right? Y'all have parents, right? Imagine, goddamn, imagine having to live on the same, I mean, we all love our parents and everything, but Jesus Christ, imagine living on the same streets as your parents, right? Like every time I couldn't do it because my mom would be bitching about everything in front of the house that I left, right? If the yard was too, she'd be bitching, she'd be calling my phone every 10 seconds, right? There's no way I could possibly do that, right? But But in this situation, it happened. And this guy, Fred's dad, he must have been like, man, what a loser. Like, I give this guy the house and look at all the shit that he does there, right? Like, what the fuck is wrong with my son, right? He's probably telling his wife that, right? Or whoever he's porking, right? He's probably like, what kind of fucking loser did I raise, right? And every day he has to drive past this, right? It's like even if he doesn't want to say this, he's saying it into his head, because there's no way possible that dad drove by that area every day and was like, yep, I raised him good. He's got a mullet, but he's a little bit dirty. But boy, I've done myself proud. There's no way he's doing that. There's no way I've seen it. Not with my lying eyes. There's no way. There's no way he's doing that. Right. But Z would say it's the ex-girlfriend. Crazy as hell, man. And again, the Wells have shit. The Wells got a fucking school box in their yard. I'm not sticking up for them. They got shit everywhere too. But it's nowhere near like Fred is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Right? It's wild, man. Trailer. Yeah. Gotcha, Dick Dollar. Gotcha. Jody Sue had a nice little setup there. I don't know who's. It's like they're all grifting. Someone says, you know, they gave the trailer to. These are like grown adults. Who's people that say, here's a trailer you can stay at? I wish. I wish. You know, I don't know where Jody Sue, whoever grifted her, that was Andy. Andy's spot's all right. It's all right. He don't have shit everywhere. I can't do that to Andy. He don't have shit everywhere. I can't do that to him. Oh, I bet you so. No, I don't know. No, Andrea, that was so no, that's not where they got married at. So from what I understand, they live with Ziggy. They live with Ziggy. So, and also from what I understand is that piece of shit that we just watched, that property, well, wouldn't you know? Well, wouldn't you know, the bank took it. The bank took it. The bank took it because when I went there, they were big mad about that I went there. Big mad because as you can see, I'm walking all around the property, or at least, here, I'll drop it again one more time so you can watch it for yourself. Look, I could care less. I am walking all around the property. You know, whatever. So Ziggy got all mad and she's like, oh, trespassing. But the thing is, come to find out, the shit was getting foreclosed on or something like that. I forget what was happening. And so I was like, well, fuck. If that's the case, I'm looking to buy it. So this is why Ziggy's so mad, as what I said was, look, man, I said, I did a response video to her. I'm like, she was like, white boy trespassed. And I was like, no. What had happened was under all the piles of shit, I saw a for sale sign and I went to go have a look at it. And it ended up being the truth. And she couldn't get, so I was good. You know what I'm saying? And but ended up, he lost it is what I hear. Yeah, the bank bought it. And it's just a shame. It's a shame. I'm just trying to show you how the guy was living. I'm not trying to say he did anything, but I don't know how his father. I don't know how his father let him live like that. Like I joke about like if I live in the same shoe with my mom, she'd be up my ass on everything, and she would, but she wouldn't allow me to live like that. She'd be like, Matt, if you don't start, you know, she'd be bitching. But I know my mom, she'd be like, look, if you don't start cleaning the house up, you have to get out. You're embarrassing me. She would, you know, make it to a point where I did clean it up, you know, like, and unless that was the plot the whole time, maybe the dad was like, look, I got this trailer, and you can just go ahead and smoke meth out of it and stuff for a couple months because I'm not fixing to pay the rest of the bills on it. I don't know. I don't know, people. Could be. They were an old and sick. Didn't get out much. Small rural towns and mountains are very poor. Usually, no jobs hardly, unless you drive an hour to Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. So they turn drugs into their business. I gotcha. And I completely understand what you're saying. And I agree slightly. Actually, I agree all the way, but it doesn't make it an excuse for these people. I drive an hour to work. I'm a felon. I have a very good job. I don't let that hold me back. I'm not a number. To turn to drugs is easy and fast money, but it's also lazy and stupid money, right? To make it make sense, or if we have to make the math right, even if that was the case, and they're felons and there's not a lot of jobs and they got to drive to Gatlinburg and this and that, right? Shit. Go to McDonald's. It ain't the job that you want, but it's a job. And if to make the math out right, McDonald's doesn't pay nothing, but you get a consistent shitty check versus taking a chance on your freedom and then making a little bit of money. And let's keep it real. Fred wasn't hustling like that. He was nickel and diming to feed his own habit. So whatever profit he made was just what he took out the bag, what he pinched out the bag. I've been there, done that. They can't fool me. But even still, if he wasn't pinching out the bag, if he wasn't nickel and diming, if he wasn't petty using, and if he was selling and moving some weight, but by the time you get hemmed up by the police and go to prison, you're better off working the McDonald's job, getting a shitty paycheck week to week, than making a little bit of money from time to time and then having to go sit down and do a bid, making nothing. Because when we add it all up, was the McDonald's more, or was when I was balling more made money? The McDonald's is gonna win every time. So I hear what you're saying, but then people just, they got to get it right. There's got to be a Matt in the neighborhood to tell them these mathematics. There's got to be somebody saying, "Hey, man, I don't know about it." You know what I'm saying? Got to be, right? I'm trying to tell you, Debbie. No, he wasn't making no profit. Come on, guys. He was smoking all of that. It's generational. It's in their DNA. Most people can't conceive it. It's a matter of how you were raised. No, I know. I understand there's a whole mountain lifestyle. I get that. Yeah, you don't ever want to shit where you sleep. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He does look like he could cook it up. When I was there and stuff, when the holler here, I'm gonna play this, guys. So this is how so this is what Ben Hill and Van Hill, this is what this is what you get, right? I'll take us out with a song, right? Here we go. Give me 1 second. You have to replace this song, right? Because they're gonna say the words holler in this song, and they're gonna say all that stuff. And it's real country, right? It's mountain life, right? But the difference is you gotta replace the words in this song of alcohol to meth, and that'll take you right to 110 or Van Hill or any of that, right? When you hear this song, and all of you have heard this song before, or maybe you haven't. No, all of you have. You absolutely have heard this song before. When you hear this song, it's got the theme of holler, of mountain people, of all this, but you just replace the alcohol with meth, and you're right there where you got to be. Girl.
Well, my name's Conley Pettimore. Screaming my daddy and daddy before. You hardly ever saw granddaddy down here. They only come a town about twice a year. You buy 100 pounds of yeast, that's a copper line. Everybody knew that made me shine. I'm a revenue man with a granddad bad. It left a holler of everything he had. For my time, the life been told. Never come back to Copperhead Road. Granddaddy ran a whiskey in a big black Dodge. Father had an auction at the Christmas Lodge. Shots of candy syrup painted on the side. Just shot a load of primer and looked inside. Well, in the mouth, tore that engine down. I still remember that rumbling sound.
If you listen to that song, let me drop it in the comments. Me and my uncle tore the engine down. Probably what they're gonna do, that goddamn abandoned Volkswagen. Talking about hollers and everything, but he's talking about making booch, making moonshine and all this, illegally doing it. It's in the family values. They've been doing it for a long time. You know, he's telling you how it is, but if you want to really take yourself to Ben Hill or watch that damn short of Fred's Property and listen to that song and just replace the moonshine and liquor with meth, and you're there. Just like that. 10 times out of 10. I think I dropped it in the chat. Yeah, I did. That's old Stevie. All right, y'all. I'm jumping off. Listen to that song. If you never heard that song, you should have been listening to that 10 years ago. But all right, I'm out of here. Click that link. Listen to Steve Earle. Give him a like and a view, and tell him what boy sent you.
Because he knows who you are.
All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Listen to that.
Never knew that.
What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips, and in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.